The water riots of 23rd March 1903 will forever stand as a landmark moment in the political history of Trinidad and Tobago. This was the moment here, right outside the Red House in Port of Spain, when the rage and frustration of unfair denial pushed a people from behind the margins onto the center stage of history. In the 20th century march to political representation and democratic government, the water riots of 1903 stand as a marker of that moment when it had all begun. The times were hard, and with the collapse of the sugar economy, promising only to get harder. In this environment of stress, the government's attempt to introduce water meter fees as a deterrent against water wasting transformed water into the most combustible element of all. On that Monday morning, as the Legislative Council opened debate on the new Waterworks Ordinance, the people converged on the Red House in their thousands, marching, protesting, jeering. Soon stones began to fly, shattering the windows of the Red House. Then fire broke out, ending the debate. By the end, the Red House was reduced to ruins, while out in the streets, the body count stood at 16 dead and 43 wounded. In the process, incipient signs of a political leadership of the masses had emerged.
In 1903, a middle-class intelligentsia who were just as disempowered as the masses of people, the common interest manifested itself so that the people felt that, yes, these were our leaders.
The people's hero of the moment was a young black lawyer who had delivered a fiery address. Born Emmanuel Lazar, he had rechristened himself Muzumbo Lazar in a bold acknowledgement of his African heritage and his position as a leader of the local Yoruba community. A member of the Pan-African Association started by fellow Trinidadian Henry Sylvester, Muzumbo Lazar's sympathies were with those denied political representation. He campaigned relentlessly against Crown Colony government and for constitutional reform to bring elected persons into the wholly nominated Legislative Council. Immediately after the water riots, Muzumbo Lazar and two others were promptly arrested on charges of inciting riot. All were later acquitted. Up until the end of World War I, his reputation as a defender of the poor and working class held firm. That is, until he switched sides in a conflict over moving Carnival from downtown Port of Spain to the Queen's Park Savannah.
Muzumbo Lazare, who had been one of the heroes of the water riots, and who was to have presented the petition to the governor of the Argus Committee, that's the small businessman, didn't turn up. It turned out that he had joined the Guardian Committee, and this was seen as a massive betrayal.
By then, however, the working class had found a new leader in Captain Arthur Cipriani. In 1920, Muzumbo Lazar was appointed to the Legislative Council, where he continued representing those without a vote, while hosting show-stopping Christmas balls at his Digger Martin mansion.
And the cream of the country, the governor and everybody else, who was Sinclair and Maraval and so on, attended Lazaria's ball.